Hello, everybody. Good evening and welcome to Vaidya's Chess Hub. And today is the last stream before our Diwali vacation. So I'm sure that you are as excited as I am. And it is Wednesday, which means it's the day when we actually go for a slow game. I'll play a game with classical time control, and we will see how that goes. By the way, it's very important that students make proper notes of the holidays. It's starting tomorrow, very important. So during the vacations I really hope that you all have lots of happiness, share a lot of gifts, exchange gifts I should say, but at the same time I would like it if the students keep in touch with the game. Hello Chinmay has joined us. Hello Vardhan, you're probably the first to join the stream. Very good evening indeed. Saumitra, very good evening. And it is chess 24 because of the suggestion received by Saumitra yesterday. He said the pieces look good. Of course it was all in good humor. Chess 24 offers minimal variety as far as if you are to compare chess 24, chess.com and Chess, least variety. But then the difference, as I said yesterday, is due to the lack of advertisements, the overall interface, and the time that you need to get your opponent. For a change, I thought we'll go for chess 24. By the way, another thing is, if there is time, then we'll go for some tactical positions. If there is time, it's not compulsory. Some of our students actually are playing in the tournament that Vihang actually created, but he created on the 11th hour. So Mitra, I know how to make the board larger. If you just say make the board larger, it's understood. We'll see how it goes. I want to show the agenda here. So let's cut the chess 24 thing. That's okay. So that I get enough opportunity to expand. Well, this can also go down here. Should be fine. I believe this is enough. You should see all the details. Okay, let's get started. Who else is here? By the way, those who are supporting MI yesterday, congratulations. The IPL thing. So congratulations to all those. Chinmay, I believe Shreyas Iyer lost. You would probably be a little sad. So what do you exactly want? Why do you want the board any larger than what it is? The overall interface doesn't look good if just the board is large. I don't want to do that with the mouse drag and the control. Vihang is here. Finally, the culprit is here. Vihang, I seriously want to tell you that you must execute your duties properly. I don't want an apology from you personally. You should apologize to the hub members. Well, you have a responsibility, and then everybody hopes that you will fulfill the commitment. You are supposed to post the message a day before the tournament and on the day of the tournament. That was very sad. And the point is that this is the third time that there is a little inefficiency shown by you. First time probably you are not well, so it was very well understood. Then there was a video that you were supposed to send me that never got to me, and now this one. So make sure that if you have taken up a responsibility, then you take the onus and then you execute it. So don't let the students put a message like where is the message for the tournament, and then you'll create a tournament half an hour before the schedule start. That's not fair. That's not good. So 100% you must make sure that it doesn't happen again. If you don't want the responsibility, you should say so. But don't make a mistake and then say give it to somebody else. So I will now ask. Yeah, okay. Yeah. That is good etiquette shown, Vyang. That shows the quality of a senior. Very good, Vyang. I'm proud of you. That apology matters. Anyway, nobody is an exception here at Vaidya's Chess Hub. I'm making it absolutely clear. Nobody. We all are absolutely the same. We all have our duties. I probably get a little more to say because I am the coach, that's all. But otherwise, more or less, everything is the same for all of us. Now, I don't want to force players to play this tournament because Vyang has created the tournament at such an 11th hour that well, it's unfair to even ask students why are they not there. Well, let's see. So if there are only three players, good. One, two, three, sorted out. But Vyang has already apologized. I hope that next time it will not happen. Jay already has the duty for the tournament on Tuesday. I create the Swiss tournament for Friday. So anybody who is willing to share this responsibility for Wednesday should type in the chat if you are willing to take up that responsibility so that Vihang can be relieved. Let me know anybody who is willing to do that. But by the way, when you take the responsibility, execute it. I don't want you to say, yes, I'll do it, and then not do it. So Jay, you want this as your second duty. Are you sure? I am not going to relieve you of your duty for Tuesday. Think again. And if you say yes for both the days, then surely. Okay, fine then. Guys, Jay is one candidate. I'll wait for another couple of minutes if anybody else wants to present their candidature. Otherwise, I will assign it to Jay. Creating tournament for Wednesday is what we are looking at. Something that Vihang used to do. He wants a break for some time and then he will probably request the responsibility back. By the way, Vihang, you apologized, but I don't really know the reason for that. You just forgot about it or what happened? Be honest about it. We want to know the reason. You have apologized, which is a good thing. It shows class, that shows maturity, it shows that you accept it. But then, what was the reason, Vihang? Why did this happen? We are going to play a 30-minute game, by the way. I'll adjust the board as and when we get the opponent. The computer is searching for an opponent. It's chess24.com. So let's hope that it doesn't take really long. Otherwise, we'll switch to 15-minute time control. But that's not exactly classical. You don't have 15 plus 15 unless you customize it or something. The next time, bigger time control beyond 30 minutes is directly 60-minute plus 30-second game. That's too long. Not do that. Prajna, how are you? And how's Diwali celebration? Prajna, are you good at making rangoli? Are you going to try that? Yes, Jay, if I have white pieces, I will play e4. I have stopped searching. Let's go for a 15-minute game. Actually, I will be honest with you, 15 minutes is not exactly classical. It has to be some seconds more, at least in increments. But nonetheless, we don't want to waste any more time. So let's search for 15 minutes. Okay, so Vihang is honest about it. So he says that he was helping parents with the cleanliness drive. I'm sure everybody is doing that. Accepted. Vihang accepted. In the lobby? What in the lobby? What happened? Let's go in the lobby then. If that's the case, let's go in the lobby. I'm okay with that. In the lobby. Nothing really changes. Even if I go in the lobby. I clearly remember I mentioned this yesterday. That's the thing with chess24.com. You know, it is at times difficult to get opponents quickly. At the moment, the site shows that there are about 800 games in play. Fantastic. At least we have a game. Great. Let me adjust the board size after the first move has been played, guys. So now I'll go ahead and adjust it. Okay, I hope you see everything now. I mean, I hope so. So this probably could become the Nimzo Indian defense. So very solid line for black. We are rated 1933. Our opponent is 1846. This is not like your leeches where I would just hover over my opponent and then we will understand how experienced or not experienced he is. So far, nothing special has happened really. Everything is just the way it is supposed to be. Nothing really has changed. Nothing at all, in fact. The question is now after c takes d5, whether to take with the knight or whether we want to take with the pawn. That's the main thing. Yeah, Leeches is better. Leeches is my favorite, of course. Prajna is right. Leeches is my favorite. Hello, Avdut. Prajna says she is going to make Rangoli. Brilliant. That is nice. That is good. Prajna is going to prepare Rangoli. Now, here I remember drawing arrows will also be tough probably. Yeah, you don't have that on chess24.com. Okay, so there is this line where there's bishop a6 trying to pressurize his pawn and maintain attack on this f1 bishop. Apart from the usual fianchetto, of course. If we exchange, then bishop comes on c4. Well, that's not what we want. We don't want to help him, do we? I like this bishop a6 line anyway. So let's go for bishop a6. Let's see what our opponent wants to do about it. Of course, the first thing is if now the pawn takes pawn first, bishop takes f1. Our opponent is someone who is not using time or is using time. I'm a little confused. Now the bishop has moved once. So if we take the pawn now on c4, we will probably make the bishop move twice. Is it not? Yeah. Now, we want to play knight d7 and then rook c8. That's the line that we want to follow here. So we don't want to play d takes c4 now because he will simply play bishop takes c4, then bishop takes c4, queen takes c4, knight d7. Now he'll get a chance to double up very quickly on the c file. He is not castled yet. That's a great advantage for us. He's not castled. Okay, that's one thing. And therefore knight d7 looks okay. Mind you, this bishop and queen we all have studied previously that this is called a battery. Now, we must understand that we don't want to take the pawn back because our bishop is hanging. It's very important, guys. So first we'll take the bishop, attack on the queen, initiative and tempo. And now only after this, now we decide whether we want to take with the knight or we want to take with the pawn. If we take with the pawn will be it will be an isolated pawn on d5. That's very important. Now, the battery, yeah, right? Vardhan remembers the icon and everything, which is great. Now, I don't want to isolate my pawn there. So, I might play the knight takes and then put the other knight on f6. I might do that. That looks a great idea. Although, I must say that isolated pawn is not such a bad idea. But nonetheless, we'll stick to the basics here. He could try attack on h7, but that's not imminent because of the queen. And anyway, the other knight is going on the f6 square anyway. I guess now the best thing is to take control of the open file. could be done. Taking control of the open C file. Yes, Pawn Island is right. Soumitra has used the right terminology. 100% yes. No doubt about that. Now rook a c8, of course rook c8 only is possible, so that takes control of the c file. We have to put in knight 7 f6 also at some stage, with the queen connecting the rooks. Queen move will connect the rooks, that's what we want. Of course we have to be mindful of the fact that the queen moving to a6 is very much a possibility. That's why this move is very tempting, because then later, if that happens, we have a nice knight e4 that might come in handy. Datta is here. Hello, Datta. And by the way, this is our last session before Diwali. So, in advance, a very happy Diwali to all of you. Play it safe. By the way, yes, I did see about the crackers that you talked about the last time, and I was right about it. Keep it to minimum. And by the way, of course, something that pollutes the environment is always bad and should not be done. So I was just talking about the harmless ones, keeping it to some limited extent. There is no as such a ban, but yeah, everybody has to understand their responsibility. Now the rook, we don't want to exchange the rooks. If juniors are watching this, very important, rook takes will only mean that we will help him develop a piece. That's not what we want, right? Now the point of queen e7 looks interesting, because now if there is queen a6, you have knight going to f6, which we thought of earlier, and the queen will support the a7 pawn. It's important. Queen a7, the support for the a7 pawn. Now we have to exchange this, that there is no doubt about. There was this skewer that was threatened, so we had to take that. I mean, this move required no thinking at all. Positive. Absolutely positive. And I think we are winning a pawn here, if you like the idea. A free pawn 100%, but let's see why our opponent has done that. Rook takes c8, rook takes c8, looks covered, queen a6. So I'm not big, that doesn't look like a big threat right now. We will have a clear pass pawn on the b file. Looks like that, is it not? We have a clear passer then on the b file. So it's a free pawn and the temptation is there. Of course, I'll make a pre-move. If rook takes, then I'm going to take it with the rook. So exchange has happened. He's done that. Very surprising. Very, very surprising indeed. He has done that. And now I believe we have to think about the a7 pawn. Queen a6 was always the move I had told in advance that was going to happen. So how to protect that a7 pawn? Is it rook c2 or queen? We don't want to give the pawn on a7. That's very bad, because it will also invite attack on the knight on d7. It's very important. And mind you, our back rank is a little weak. In the sense, not exactly weak, but we don't want anything, any unnecessary stuff. How I would love to get the queens exchanged. Your opponent is playing too fast, but now we have to finish it. It's very important, guys. We have to finish things. So rook c7 mostly looks on the cards. I don't want to play queen a5 and get our own pawns doubled. The queen takes a5 and b takes a5, and that will be horrible. So at the moment, rook c7 just looks harmless, just protecting the a7 pawn and also defending our knight. Queen a5 is definitely bad because we'll get the pawns doubled. Now he has cleared his back rank. I think we should also give some priority for that. But now I think we can have the queens exchanged by playing queen c4. How about that? Queen c4 makes sense. We can get the queens exchanged and then probably work with our passed pawns. What is he going to do for that? So maybe, getting or maybe protect the back rank one move. Just one more move. Nah, I'm tempted into this. So if he wants to take the queen, he may, because then we will have a passed pawn on the b file and the a file, which looks strong, by the way. Two connected passed pawns. Sure, we can work with that. Again, why I did not like this setup on chess24.com, because it is 15 plus 0. So there might be a position, where we are winning, and yet for some reason I'm telling you, yeah, I played h6 pretty much. That is 100%. That was always on the cards. And now we have knight f6, knight e4. I like that setup. He doesn't have rook c1 right now because of the battery. Again, the second time Vardhan can go ahead and type battery. He can do that. This time it's a queen and a rook battery. Okay, attack on the rook and the knight that is already protected. I'm not really worried about that. Am I? No, I'm not. How about knight to f6 here? He has this bad looking move, knight to... Yeah, he has a bad move. So let's actually go ahead and exchange it maybe. Let's see, what is he going to do? Again, the only thing why I dislike, the only thing, we are winning this, but again, the time thing. We don't have something, that would... Okay, now he's threatening what? Nothing? No, nothing. Can we go for pawns now? I think if we give queen e8 check, we can go knight f8. I don't want to give that f7 pawn. I knew that. I don't want to give that pawn on the f7 square. Had I moved the king. Again, the time is an issue here. That's why sometimes it's a little odd playing on different sites, because you're so accustomed to these classical games with incremental time control. You don't like such things then. Let's harass the queen a little bit. Like that. Okay. A little more. Let's come back. Yeah, knight f8, Datta. Why no? Oh, 1 second. That's nice, Soumitra. Thanks for sharing that, man. Super. That's nice. That is great. You have 3 minutes, guys. Do you think that A4, A3 is running away with the show now? Sure. Do you agree with that? Guys, any comments? Are we winning this or what or what? Again, the time is the issue, guys. The time is the issue here. Hate that when it happens, guys. Time is the issue here. Bad day at Ultra Bullets says. Says who? Okay, if he takes my rook, it's mate. Have we won this game, guys? Have we won this game? Yeah, our opponent has resigned. Yay, we got 19 points. By the way, time is always the issue here. By the way, that's a very nice thing to note here, guys. Yes, he was overpowered. Now, the point is, queen takes e4. Let's see, let's calculate that. There was an interesting thing here. But that could have been played. Yes, that certainly could have been played. If he had taken the rook here, that was going to be mate. Yep. Anyway, wonder at this stage if I should have given the pawn or not. Wonder. Maybe queen a4 was good here. Comments. Yeah, overtimed. Yeah. Okay, let's get to the leeches now for tactics. And now let's make a deal. Let's make a pact, guys. Let's make a pact. I'll tell you what it is. Last time when we played on leeches, we had a target in mind. Seniors, this is our last session before Diwali vacation and we got half an hour. What we will do is, we'll change all the reds. There are 3 marks with reds, is it not? The last time we did. I will log into leeches and let you know. Let's turn all green. We have half an hour to go. Seniors, let's see if you can do it. And 100% we'll make sure that we end it with a bang. I mean, the game was won by us fair and square. Although I must say the incremental time control was a little dicey. Now we will go for tactics and we'll try to make all greens. 100%. Okay. Yeah, f5 protecting the knight. Okay. Yeah, f5. F5, and then we would have taken the rook with the same threat. If king takes f1, then queen was made. Anyway, so let's see, guys. Let's see. Let me log into leeches.org, and then by that time, or in the meanwhile, let's say, you can continue in the chat. Yes, the seniors, the responsibility is on you today. I'm banking on you, man. Important. Let's get all greens. I'll show you the frame properly. Let me adjust, because today's setup was adjusted for chess24.com. So now let me go ahead and bring leeches for you. Okay. Oh, massive adjustments needed. I'll do it. Don't worry about it. By the way, guys, take a close look as to how many. I was right about 3 reds, by the way. But that's how you should keep a close eye on, your account. Should have a clear idea about your account. Watch that, guys. Watch that. Some appreciation, huh? Comments, people. Some comments, huh? I am serious about it. You should know your account. I'll tell you. This one is black to play. Do you see black to play? Yeah, now you see. It is black to play. Done. Seniors. Rayan says about 1300 is my puzzle rating. Brilliant. You got the board, guys. You got the board now. I was making the settings. Here you are. It is black to play. And now go for all greens. We have -17. That was the last. -12, I believe. Yeah, that was -12. That was the last thing we did in our previous session. So we have half an hour to go. Let's turn all green. Seniors, if there is a difference of opinion, you will have to argue it out with yourself and then decide what's best. Some line. Bishop G7, knight trapped. That's what they say. And if rook takes G7, king takes G7, we will win the exchange. That's what they say. And if bishop G7, rook H8 check is also not possible, mind you. Rook H6 doesn't give support, there is still bishop. There is no check possible except for knight D7, or then rook just takes. So all the seniors probably are happy with bishop G7. Let's go for first green here. First green, bishop G7. And now the knight is trapped. I'm going for it. And success. We started with a green. Success, guys. Success. Brilliant. Next one, please. This one is white to play. This one is white to play. If there is any difference of opinion, discuss it. Have an argument. But then we will push all the reds outside. Started with a green. White to play. Next one, please. Position 2. In half an hour, can we get all greens? That's a nice target, by the way. I'm very happy with the target that we have set for ourselves. 100%. Is it a free piece for us here? Are we just getting a free piece? You mean bishop takes e4, right? The question for us is what to do with our hanging bishop on h4. We have a hanging bishop on h4. Prajna says bishop takes e7 first. Soumitra probably has overlooked our bishop on h4, hanging bishop on h4. Vyang also says bishop takes e4, bishop takes e4, rook takes e4. And then if there is d5, oh, this is tricky. No, think about it, guys. Think about it. Oh, Soumitra says, I have done this. Let there be no overconfidence. We don't want a red. Last time I clearly remember. Oh, the last one we got a red. We have 30 minutes. We want to go all green. Okay, so let's calculate it. If bishop takes e7, then knight takes c3 happens, and that's a fork. Prajna, this replies by Datta to you, Prajna. So right, knight takes c3, it will be an annoying fork plus a free piece that you gave. That cannot be tolerated. So bishop takes e4, bishop takes e4, rook takes e4. If there is a d5, then you play what? Then you still have to do something. Then bishop takes e7, and then you put the rook back. Very important. I'm going to go for it now. So bishop takes e4, bishop takes, then you play rook takes, and success. Two greens. That's nice. Next one is again white to play. Position number 3. The reds shifting towards the left. Well done, guys. What's up with this one? White to play. Juniors, don't worry about it, getting it wrong. Prajna just got one wrong, but she has been schooled right now. Datta told her what are the dangers of playing that bishop takes e7 first, as knight takes c3. Now this one is again white to play. Got to shift all the 3 reds aside. Turn them green. Is it pushing Harry? Is it about pushing Harry? Is it h6? Ooh, again, it's done by Soumitra. Says knight g5, done. Let's get a move on, he says. But argument, why knight g5? What does it do? Queen h7 checkmate? Unstoppable checkmate because the knight in g7 is pinned. If queen moves, then bishop takes g7. Yeah, that's possible. That's a possibility. Remember, knight g5. For the juniors, you have to understand why are the seniors saying what they are saying. Knight g5, queen h7 checkmate is the threat. The knight cannot move. The knight on g7 is pinned. The queen can move to give an escape square for the king, for which Vyanga said then this bishop takes g7. Okay, so knight g5, I'm going to go for it. Knight g5, best move. Queen takes, and there's a free queen. Guys, again, let's see. Is there a free queen? Or, not there. Or is there a check? You go here. No, right? We take the queen. Success. Brilliant indeed. Pushed. Next one is again white to play. We have pushed the red thrice now. It is white to play again. Seniors, all the best. So far, so good. Guys, don't think that there's always free queen. Sometimes, leeches plays tricks on you. We saw that a few sessions ago. I remember there was a checkmate and not just a free piece to take. So you have to do something that is better if there is a possibility. In that last one, we got a free queen. I agree. Oh, Datta has made some calculation. 12 more to go. Nice. Datta, that was good. Datta has done some calculation. He says 12 more and all will be green. Is that right, guys? Have you calculated that? Is that 12 more to go? Is there a sacrifice in this position? Is there a sacrifice in this position? What say? Is there a sacrifice on h7 here? And then knight g5? Would that work? Is that queen takes e8 here? Prajna says again knight g5 here. But then there could be queen c1 check. Have you calculated that? Knight h4. Knight h4. That's a brilliant suggestion. Why not knight h4? Oh, sure. Knight takes d4. What's that? Taking the pawn and attacking the queen? No. Remember, black has queen c1 check. Seniors, have you calculated that? Black has queen c1 check. Arguments for that. Vyang has retracted his message. I don't know what he typed. Prajna is saying knight g5, but the threat is simple. Queen takes h7 checkmate. Then he has queen c1 check. What do you do to that? Mind you, after that, we don't have king g2 because of the bishop. Somebody. Yes. Vihang now has the counter argument. If the knight moves, there's a draw. Because remember, we don't have king g2 because of the bishop on c6. Seniors, some calculation, huh? And that's why knight takes d4 doesn't work, because queen c1 checks. The queen will be safe and we will lose the knight. So what's up here? Queen takes e8. Any calculations done on that? Bishop c6. Bishop c6. We can make the bishop on c6. What? Type property, Prajna. Saumitra says bishop d5 wins everything everywhere. What? Bishop d5. First move bishop d5 or the second move bishop d5? First move bishop d5. What? First. Okay, first. Because earlier we had knight g5 suggested. Knight h4 was in question. So bishop d5 is the first move, the seniors say, because if the bishop takes bishop, then queen takes e8 and end of story. Because it's a back rank checkmate for juniors. Oh, Alan is here. Oh, Alan, you're starting without a high? Well, that's not fair, Alan. Come on now. Come on then. Start with a good, nice, bright hello, man. What's up? Now Datta has an argument. Datta says bishop d5, and then if he plays bishop d7, then what? So what's up with that? What's up with that? Guys, Datta has raised a question. Bishop d5. What if bishop doesn't take the bishop but goes to d7, continues to support the rook on e8? Then what happens? In point. Then knight g5. Is that the case? Then knight g5. Because then later, the bishop would not be having a check. But then bishop takes d5. No. What? Bishop d5 high, everyone. Okay, Alan will take that. So, bishop d5, bishop d7, then knight g5. So, Vihang then agrees with the point. The knight g5 is one of the moves. But after we get that bishop driven away from that fianchetto diagonal, how many people agree? Datta, any counter argument for that? Or does that satiate you now? Does that satisfy you now? So look at the order what has been suggested. Bishop d5. The bishop cannot take the bishop. Queen takes e8 is made. So bishop d7. Then you play knight g5. Then if this queen c1 check, then we have king g2. Vihang says, wait, there's something that is thought. Okay, we should have a countdown for this. Vihang says, let's not rush into things. We should deeply calculate this one. That's the spirit. That's the spirit I want. Because we have done a hat trick. We've completed a hat trick. We don't want to go wrong and invite another red into the stream. Come on. Is there some kind of a sacrifice? Queen takes h7 check. King takes h7. Knight g5 check. Doesn't work. Queen takes, right? That doesn't work. Queen takes e8 check, bishop takes e8, end of story, right? How about a pawn move? Any thoughts on that? Interesting. Such positions, they do make you think. How about bishop d7 first? Does that work? Or is that just a free piece, plain and simple? Bishop takes d7, right? Yeah. How about knight e5? Did somebody suggest knight e5? Knight e5, queen takes e5. Again, simple piece loss. How about deep thinking by all? Juniors, Rayansh, if you are here. Alan says bishop d5 is convinced. Jay says knight g5 maybe. For the first move, Jay, if you play first knight g5, Jay, then there is queen c1 check that we are talking about. Saumitra is convinced. Bishop d5 it is. Bishop d5 it is. And Vihang is also now sure bishop d5. But then what about the counter? Because we get an exchange. Okay. We get an exchange here. Ooh, how's that? Bishop d5. Bishop d7. Then there is knight g5. Then there is queen c1 check. Bishop takes d5. So he just will take the bishop. That's what people are saying. He'll just take that. No? Bishop d5. If bishop takes d5, queen takes e8 check. Bishop g8. Blocking the check. It's not mate. Yeah, he blocks the check. And it's not mate. Yeah. Okay. Everybody, Datta has not made any comments. Datta, you're playing it safe, not allowed. Comments, seniors, it's a challenge for you today. Come on. Let's assume it's Thursday today itself. The computer takes the bishop? What do you mean computer takes the bishop? How do we know that? Calculate it. I don't know. How do we know that? Ooh. Datta, if you are with us, convinced about bishop d5, you still have your doubts about bishop d7 and how to continue. Business end of the tournament of 5 players. Well, that's on Vihang. That's all thanks to Vihang. Yeah, sure. Oh, again Saumitra there with a comment. He's done that already. He made that suspense. So bishop d5 and bishop takes and queen takes. So, okay, success. 4 pushed. Next one is white to play. White to play. Saumitra, that was a real twist in the story, huh? White to play again. Nothing has changed. All white to play. I think only the first position was black to play. All the remaining positions so far all are white, have been white to play. 4 positions solved correctly. So Datta would probably have some calculations how many more to go. Oh, Datta said, I was just about typing the whole line. Okay, no problem. Saumitra with the answer. D takes e6 and he says it's done. Let's calculate the intricacies a little bit. Although he says he is done and I don't doubt his answer, but still let's see. So D takes e6. The threat is, of course, there's initiative threatening the queen. Then the queen cannot take the pawn because there's rook. So the queen moves and we just win a piece like that. Really? I mean, this was easy, right? I mean, this was, come on. Bishop on g7 with a check. Okay, convinced about this. We don't want to take with the rook, right? We don't want to take with the rook. We want to take with the bishop, give a check. His knight will have to take, certainly. Convinced about it, or any more nuances in this position? I don't think rook is going to take on g7. Ooh, now surely we are getting the queen here, right? Success. Next one is black to play. Hang on then. Now we have black to play here, guys. Black to play. Mind you, change. Black to play. Our bishop on g4 has been attacked by pawn on h3. Mindful of that. What do we do here? Yeah, it was easy. I agree. The last position was relatively easy. I believe the one before that was quite tricky. We are pushing the red ones outside, but sadly, all those 3 red marks are still there, guys. All those 3 are still there. We are yet to push even one. Datta with the early answer. Knight c5. Initiative on the queen. So he has no time to take the bishop. The queen is forced then to go to c6. Is that the square? Queen c6. Or maybe queen d5. Doesn't matter where. Queen d5 maybe. And then bishop d7. What if queen d5? Come on. What if queen d5? Nobody. Datta? Knight c5 is the best move. But what if queen d5? Then what do you do? Comments. Bishop e6. Attacking the queen. Then queen c6. Then bishop d7. So anyway, the idea seems... Okay, then queen c4. Then queen c4. No, queen c4 is not possible. Then knight on c5. Yeah, so we do get that bishop there. Yeah. Yeah. I think we have the answer here. Bishop d7. Knight takes. Done, guys. Absolutely brilliant. Next one is white to play. It's not black to play. Back to the white to play mode. That is brilliant. Pushing the red one. The first red is on the brink. It is black. Oh, sorry. White to play here. Whoa, look at the pieces. The black pieces. Rook, bishop, queen. Here there is queen f5. So h3 pawn is protected by the queen. There is no rook g1 check. The position looks so bad for white, but turns out it is winning for white. It's amazing. So the attack, the double attack on the bishop, but then it's protected even 2 times. Rook g6. Why rook g6? Yeah, there is checkmate threat. Queen f5 for the juniors. Queen f5 threatens mate on h7. Don't forget that. I'm explaining for the juniors. Soumitra has done a lot of positions. That's brilliant to see. So queen f5, there is threat on h7, of course. Yeah, Soumitra's typed that even. And so he has to do something about it. And then queen takes f2. Rook takes f2. Then what happens? Then there might be a back rank issue for black as well. Let's go queen f5. Convinced about queen f5, no doubt. Oh, rook. You didn't say which rook, guys. Which rook? You didn't say that. And now the question is the green arrow or the red arrow. Guys, it's important. Very important, guys. Which arrow? The green arrow or the red arrow? And with the reason, let's see if the juniors can spot this. Rook c8? No, not rook c8. We are winning a free piece here. Ayush Savan, we are winning a free piece. Datta says red. Rayan says green. Itesh, what happened to you? No internet? Oh, I'm sorry for you, man. But guys, by the way, I have a question for you. If we go with the red, isn't h3 pawn hanging? Pooja ma'am thinks red. Guys, question, comments. If we play with the red, isn't h3 pawn hanging? The green arrow, h3 pawn stays protected. e4. Oh, e4 as well. That's right. I was highlighting h3, but even e4. Yeah, sure. So there you go. So now I'm saying this. That's why you should not be in a hurry. That's what. Think about it. Getting the first move is fine, but the continuation can also be a little tricky at times. I'm telling you. So everybody convinced that it's rook goes. Guys, there's no lag. Stream is fluent. Stream is fluent, guys. Got it. Guys, black to play next one. Stream is fluent. No lag. Stream is fluent as butter, as we all say. Next one is black to play. And now if we get this one right, guess what? We will push the first red. We'll kick the red one out. Black to play here. Bishop and queen battery. But the bishop's in front. That's the difference. That is the difference, yeah. Queen g5 is immediately not possible. Knight a5. Knight f5 with the threat knight c4. But then is there any way for him to stop that? What if he pushes c4? Knight takes c4. What if he plays the queen? But then our knight will go there with the threat of attacking the bishop and the rook. That looks so nice. So juicy square for the knight on c4. Looks great. Looks great. Knight a5 does look great. Any imminent threat on the queen? Any Zwischenschuk? Yeah, can't stop knight c4. That's right. Figured that out. More importantly, if he goes queen e2, the knight still goes on c4 because that bishop is so ill placed on a3. At least the exchange. At least the exchange, sir. As thought. We're getting the free piece here. Oh, comments, people. Now, again, I like such positions. I like such positions. Why do I like them? Now the continuation. Do we take the free bishop? Do we take the rook? What do we do, guys? Yeah, achieved. Knight on c4 has been achieved. Now knight takes a3 or knight takes e3, free piece or a rook. What happens here? Vyang says take the rook. Take the rook. But we are also, take the rook. Okay, we are also going to lose out on our pieces. How many times is our bishop attacked? 3 times. Soumitra also says take the rook. The exchange is better as we thought earlier. Rook is stronger than Ryuk. Reyansh, what are you typing, man? Ha! Reyansh, what are you typing? This one is for Reyansh. What happened there, Reyansh? Rook is stronger than Ryuk. Okay, so that's it. So our rook should be taken. That is, his rook should be taken. Beg your pardon. Yeah, pushed. First red successfully pushed. It is black to play. First red is out. Fine then, black to play again. Guys, we have 10 minutes. Will we be able to do it? Our queen is attacked, by the way. First red has been pushed out. We have 8 more minutes. Let's say 10 minutes. Easy. Okay, this one is easy. Queen takes c5 check. Dead easy. That's it, right? There's nothing more to think there. Because check comes first. Let's never ever forget that. Check comes first. Now the computer still wants us to continue. Now what? Guys, I like such positions. The first move is easy, but the computer has not said success. The computer still wants us to play. He has gone king h1. Very important, guys. How do you continue here? How do you simplify the position? You cannot take on c2. There is mate threat. There you go. The juniors, don't get carried away. You won a piece. There is checkmate on h7. So queen to e7. The queen has to come back on the 7th rank to save the checkmate. Brilliant. Jay has also observed this. So queen e7 to stop the checkmate. Success. Next one. It is again black to play. I repeat, guys. It is black to play. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more. 6 more in 6 minutes. Do we take the queen? Do we take the rook? Is it the Zusenshuk move? Rook takes rook. Clearly rook takes rook, right? Juniors understand. Rook takes rook. If queen takes queen, then rook takes queen. We get the free rook. If rook takes rook, then bishop takes. Then the queen is free. This is super easy. Zusenshuk move. Done. Next one. Black to play, please. Black to play again. Can we get all greens? Black to play. Do you remember Omkar sir here for this position for some reason? Is there a reason to believe that his lectures would help you for this one? Some people are saying knight f4, attack the queen, attack the queen, attack the queen. So knight f4 attacking the queen. Where does the queen go? Some squares. Then rook h8. I recollect there's this beautiful checkmate pattern, is it not? Somewhere sacrificing on the h file and then the knights on e2. Brilliant. It's a checkmate pattern. Queen f6. Queen f6? The first move, queen f6. What's up? What's the first move, Datta? Queen f6 is the first move. And then there is nothing that white can do. Alan, watch our checkmate patterns on our channel. There are videos on checkmate patterns. So watch the lectures. He has given the lectures. You can see him. Checkmate patterns. Watch those videos on our channel. Alan will understand. So Mitra also agrees with Queen F6. Well, how tough is that move to see? Queen F6. Later you want to play Rook H8 and the Queen is trapped. Is that how it looks like? By the way, Queen F6 does one more thing. It does not allow white to move like Queen H4. I like the fact that the Queen on F6 controls H4, because the escape route could have been Queen going to H4 and then G3. So let's go for this. Queen F6. I'm banking on all of you to trap the Queen, of course. Now what? Guys, I like this. He is not going to just let his Queen be trapped. He is attacking our Queen. Just taking the free knight. That's it. That's it. So Mitra says this is what we learn after going wrong. We have to take the free knight, right? Of course we have to take the free knight. Success. Next one is still black to play. So now looks like it's all black to play. Initially there were a lot of white to play positions. And now you get this one right. We will push the second red one out of the screen, guys. Second red one will be pushed out of the screen. Black to play here. What do we do? Is it a simple fork thing? There is queen there. Is it a simple pawn push? Do we take the free bishop? What do we do? Take the free bishop? That's all is there. So G takes H6. You want to take the free bishop? Do you want to first take the knight on G3, then take the bishop? If we get this wrong, still there will be two reds. No, Jay, there will be three reds, right? Oh yeah, yeah. Jay is right in a way, because this one will be pushed and then the last one will be red. But then that will be very tough to, in this session, get rid of. But at least now we have climbed down from 3 reds to 2 reds. That's a point. That's a point, Jay. But then that red will be tough to push out in this session. I'm not going to extend it. Let's do it, guys. Let's do it. Seniors, what's up with this? G takes H6, or you want to first take the knight on G3, then take the bishop? If we first take it, then does he have knight takes F5, which looks very sad? He has knight takes F5, right? The queen will be there, the rook will be there. So what if we first take on G3? What if we do that? Checkpoint, yeah. So do we want to first take on G3 and then take on H6? So Mitra is saying no for what? Rook A3. He is saying none of these. Rook A6 or A3. Oh, A3 to create that skewer and double attack on G3. He is not interested in the free bishop. First, let's gain control of the queen. The escape square. Where is the queen going? Can't protect that knight anymore. Can't protect that. So queen E2 and then rook takes G3 check. Yeah, as I say, winning everything everywhere. Rook A3. Couple of seniors agree. I'm into this. Taking the queen. Done. Next one, please. It is still black to play, by the way. And now we are down to 1 red. Let's see if we can do this. Guys, if we get one wrong, I'm going to stop there. So at least from 3 reds, we move to 2 reds, because it's already 7 o'clock. We are not going to then go ahead and push all the reds. So make sure that you do your best now. Come on. It is black to play again. Let's see what you can do here. Is it simple? G5, that's it? G5. Bishop G3 and then G5, Bishop G3 and then h5 and then h4. Guys, calculate a little further. g5, bishop g3, then do we play h5, attacking the queen, and then h4? You have to, come on. Datta, why have you gone so quiet? Is there a net issue there? Pooja ma'am agrees with g5, attacking the bishop. Bishop g3 is almost forced. Then is it h5? That's a big question. Then queen goes back and then h4. That bishop is sealed. I'm going to go with g5 for sure. Oh, bishop took. That's good. Success. Now for a change, this one is white to play. Not black to play, guys. This one is white to play. White to play now. Chinmay, computer actually took the pawn. He didn't go for that bishop dropping back. He just did that. Now what? Knight h6 check. Queen c1. Queen c1. Look at that move. Queen c1, queen h6. Immediately you also thought of queen c1. Oh, brilliant. Queen c1. Knight h6 check won't look good because then there is king h7, king h8. And what do we do about the knight then? Queen c1. And then the threat is queen h6. How does black stop any of that? How? Guys, be sure we don't want a blemish. Queen c1. What can black do possibly to stop queen h6? Is there anything at all? The pawn on f6 is protected by our knight on g4. Interesting enough. So queen c1, let's calculate. Queen c1. Then if there is h takes g4, we still play queen h6. Then queen takes f6, rook takes f6 is there. No way to stop, says Vihang. There is absolutely no way to stop that. Still queen h6. We take the queen. Done and dusted. White to play. One more correct and we can stop this session mind-blowingly on a positive note. We won the game in the classical fashion. And now we are winning. How many Datta calculated? 16 positions. We did what? 14 positions? Datta, how many positions did we do correctly? One more. And we will take our time on this. No blemish, please. No blemish. So far, so good. What's up now? What's up? Granth, what was that? 24. How can it? 24? I didn't count that. Guys, really? How can we do 24? We did 24. No, 14. Okay. I thought not 24. We did 14 correctly. So, I mean, will this, if we get this right, it will be 15th? Datta, comments. If we get this one right, then will it be 15? Meanwhile, Ayush Tavde says knight takes g5. Let's go for that. Saumitra also says, sir, come on, let's take that pawn. But what happens next? Knight takes g5. If knight takes d5, then what do we do? Type some line. Because this is the last one, let's not take a risk here. Knight takes g5, the trap which I always do. Datta is sure about this. The trap that I always do. Okay. What's the trap, Datta? If knight takes g5, if knight takes d5, that's one line. And after knight takes g5, what happens if h takes g5? Calculate both. Type it. One last position. We don't want to go wrong. Saumitra with the line here. Knight takes g5. Knight takes d5. Bishop h7 check. King h8. Knight takes f7. Then rook takes and bishop takes. Okay. Rook takes and bishop takes. Rook takes and bishop takes. Let's calculate that again. Knight takes g5. If knight takes d5, bishop h7 check. I'm with you on that. What bishop will take? Just did it now. Okay. Knight takes g5. Knight takes d5, queen h5 by Datta's argument. Soumitra, there's argument. Queen h5. We don't want to go wrong here. Knight takes h5, knight takes d5. Then he says there is queen h5. No, sir, says Soumitra. No, Datta. Soumitra says no, that won't work. But why no? What? Say the moves. Vihang, what do you say? Knight takes g5 is fine. Okay, first move looks like just settled. But what happens? Okay, we are yet to calculate even what happens. H takes g5. Okay, Soumitra, okay, yeah, fine, you are saying. But share the line. Knight takes g5. What happens? We have to calculate what happens. That's how you play, is it not? Fine, you know the computer's reaction, but what happens? A knight takes g5. Then what happens if h takes g5? Any thoughts and comments on that? Then queen h5. Then Datta is right in that case. Then still bishop takes g5. Okay, I thought then queen h5 will make sense. Let's do it anyway. Knight takes g5 it is. He took there. Now we are saying, let's calculate this. Now what we are saying is bishop h7 check. Then there is king h8. Then there is knight f7, which is a check, and the discovered thing, bishop takes d8, winning the queen. That's what probably was thought. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Congratulations. Huge congratulations to all of you. And of course, you know what I'm going to play for you now. Okay. Call Happy Diwali. This is what I call Happy Diwali, and these are the crackers. This is what is Diwali. That is fantastic, brilliant indeed, guys. So did Kshitij calculate? What was this? The 15th one? Yeah, podium finishers out of those 5 people. Better Vihang do it today. Vihang, you post the message for podium finishers. You do that. Datta, meanwhile, 15. Did we do 15 correctly? The 14th was the last one, right? You said. So is this the 15th one? How many did we get right in a row? That's credit to all of us. It was fun. Yes, it was the 15th one, Datta says. That is bravo to all. Well done. Guys, by the way, let's hope somebody types the podium finishers here. Before we stop, let me come on my main cam. Yeah. Before we stop, here's wishing you all a very happy Diwali again. Have a safe one, exchange gifts, enjoy the festivity, play it safe, have lots of sweets. Maybe you want to spend time with your loved ones, visit some people within the city. Of course, I don't think the local trains allow you in Mumbai to fly, but anyway, great festivity, enjoy it. We will meet post this vacation. I've told you already there are a lot of plans in place. After Diwali, I sincerely hope government makes some announcement about how they want the coaching institutions to function. We will hope for the best, keep the fingers crossed. We will also talk about our new sections, new timings, whether the hub is reopening. If yes, how will the online thing and the hub session, how will they be balanced? Because I've said the online thing will continue. Not as much as we are doing right now, but the online thing will continue. Very important that all of you take care of yourself. Don't forget, we have not yet taken the vaccine. So please make sure that you enjoy, but then do take reasonable care. Very important you do that. Okay. Share messages on WhatsApp group about on Diwali. Sure, you're allowed to do that. Let's do that. And let's all hope that we will now meet in the hub soon. Okay. All right, then we'll stop the session. Congratulations to the podium. Let me give them a shout out. Rupak the first, Radhesh is second, Purvesh is the third. Congratulations and well done. Vihang, next time I hope that we will not cause such a delay. Jay has agreed. By the way, next week, depending on the holidays, the students may decide if you want to have the tournament or not. Whenever you have time, you should play on leeches. Don't wait for our live sessions. You can play whenever you have time. All right, then. Take care. Bye bye.